Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into a powerful and unfolding story, one that's catching attention across Europe and far beyond. Denmark has taken a bold and unexpected step that many analysts are calling a move that could redefine the future of Europe itself. In this video, we'll explore what Denmark has done, why it matters, and how it could reshape political, economic, and social landscapes across the continent. The developments are complex, but we'll break them down simply, clearly, and in short, digestible paragraphs, so you can understand the full picture of what's happening and why so many people are talking about it. Denmark may be a small country by land size and population, but historically it has punched above its weight. It has often taken the lead on policies related to climate change, welfare reforms, migration, EU politics, and global diplomacy. But the latest move from Denmark goes beyond typical policymaking. It signals a shift in direction, one that challenges old systems and introduces a new approach to solving European problems. That's why experts are saying this moment could be a turning point for the entire region. The new policy initiative Denmark is pushing forward is not only ambitious, but also controversial. It addresses issues that European leaders have avoided for years or have struggled to solve. There is a growing realization that Europe's traditional political model is under pressure, and Denmark is stepping in with a bold attempt to modernize how Europe handles pressing issues like migration, economic stability, energy security, and strategic alliances. Even though this decision has faced criticism, it represents the kind of move that forces conversation and opens the door to reform. One major reason Denmark's decision is gaining global attention is that it reflects the mindset of a Europe at a crossroads. For the past decade, the continent has faced multiple crises: economic recession, security threats, migration surges, inflation, energy shortages, and geopolitical uncertainty. Many countries have responded reactively, waiting for problems to erupt before taking action. Denmark, however, has chosen a proactive approach, and this shift is inspiring other leaders to rethink their strategies. At the center of this issue is a policy that challenges long-standing norms. Much of Europe has been built on the idea of cooperative progress, slow, steady, consensus-driven. Denmark's new approach disrupts that rhythm. Instead of waiting for unanimous agreement among dozens of nations, Denmark is taking the first step and encouraging others to follow. This is unusual in the European system, where even small changes often require years of negotiation. Denmark's stance is bold because it prioritizes action over tradition. Many supporters believe Denmark is doing what other countries have been thinking, but have been too cautious to attempt. The political climate across Europe has become more polarized, and pressure on governments is increasing. Citizens are demanding stronger leadership, quicker solutions, and innovative strategies. Denmark understands this frustration, and its latest move is designed to show that new paths are possible. Whether others will follow remains to be seen, but the conversation has already shifted. Critics argue that Denmark's decision might set a dangerous precedent. They worry it could divide Europe, weaken cooperation, or strain relationships between member states. However, Denmark has countered these claims by stating that inaction is more dangerous than experimentation. The government believes that if Europe wants to stay competitive, secure, and united in the future, it must be willing to adapt. This forward-thinking mindset explains why Denmark continues to stand firm despite pushback. One of the biggest issues Denmark is addressing is migration and refugee management. Over the years, European countries have struggled to create a unified approach that balances humanitarian responsibility with border security and economic capacity. Denmark's new model aims to overhaul the system by focusing on sustainability, fairness, and long-term stability. The country is proposing changes that blend compassion with practicality, emphasizing integration, community development, and burden sharing in a way that Europe has not seen before. This shift is important because migration remains one of Europe's most emotionally charged topics. Different countries have different needs, populations, and political pressures. Some want stricter policies, while others want more open systems. Denmark's proposal introduces a balanced framework that tries to bridge these extremes. It's drawing attention because it provides a fresh perspective at a time when old solutions are no longer working. Beyond migration, Denmark is also pushing for stronger green energy cooperation. Europe has spent years debating the transition to renewable energy, and while progress has been made, the pace is inconsistent across countries. Denmark believes that the future of Europe depends heavily on clean energy independence, especially with global tensions and rising fuel costs. By investing in wind power, hydrogen technology, and cross-border energy networks, Denmark hopes to strengthen Europe's position as a global leader in sustainable innovation. This focus on energy is not just environmental, it's strategic. Europe's reliance on external energy sources has been a weakness for decades. Denmark wants to help build a Europe that can control its own future. With rising geopolitical uncertainties, this shift is more important than ever. Denmark's energy strategy encourages members of the European Union to adopt modern systems that are not only cleaner but also more secure. Another part of Denmark's initiative involves economic modernization. Europe has strong economies, but many of them are struggling with inflation, labor shortages, and outdated structures. Denmark is encouraging reforms that promote digital transformation, automation, education, and workforce mobility. These changes may seem technical, but they directly affect everyday life. Job opportunities, prices, wages, taxes, and overall quality of life. By proposing these economic reforms, Denmark is positioning itself as a country that wants a more efficient, competitive, and future-ready Europe. Many experts believe this mindset will influence other nations, especially those looking for ways to rebuild their economies after years of instability. Denmark's approach shows that a strong welfare system can coexist with innovation, and this combination is appealing to countries seeking balance. What makes Denmark's initiative so impactful is that it blends idealism with practicality. It doesn't rely on purely political goals or symbolic gestures. Instead, it introduces actionable steps that can be measured, tested, and refined. This approach is refreshing in a time when many political decisions are shaped by short-term agendas. Denmark is thinking long-term, and that's one reason it stands out right now. Public reaction across Europe has been mixed. Some see Denmark as a visionary leader taking the risks needed to push Europe forward. Others see it as overstepping or acting independently in a system that values unity. Regardless of opinion, one thing is clear: Denmark's move has forced everyone to pay attention. It has sparked debates not only in government circles, but also among academics, business leaders, analysts, and citizens. As discussions intensify, more European countries are beginning to evaluate Denmark's ideas. Some are considering adopting similar policies. Others are looking for ways to collaborate or adapt existing systems. The influence of Denmark's decision is spreading quickly because it touches on core issues: security, economy, identity, and the future direction of Europe. These are not small questions, they are defining issues for the next generation. The move also highlights Europe's changing relationship with global powers. As competition rises between major nations like the United States, China, and others, Europe must redefine its role on the world stage. Denmark's strategy is designed to strengthen Europe's independence, unity, and global influence. By taking these steps now, the country hopes to prevent future crises and ensure that Europe remains relevant in a rapidly evolving world. Another major component of Denmark's decision is the focus on technology and digital infrastructure. Europe has been slower than other regions in adopting advanced digital solutions. Denmark wants to close this gap by encouraging stronger investment in cybersecurity, artificial intelligence, digital education, and modern communication networks. These updates are essential in a world where technology drives everything, from healthcare to banking to national security. Denmark believes digital transformation isn't just a technical upgrade, it's a necessity for survival. Countries that fail to innovate risk falling behind economically and strategically. By leading this push, Denmark is challenging Europe to think more boldly, embrace new tools, and prepare for a future in which digital systems shape every part of society. One of the most interesting aspects of Denmark's initiative is the emphasis on efficiency within government systems. Many European countries have grown comfortable with slow bureaucracy and complex procedures. Denmark wants to replace these outdated structures with faster, smarter, and more transparent systems. This includes simplifying regulations, improving public services, and reducing unnecessary delays in decision-making. If successful, this could become one of Denmark's most influential contributions to Europe's evolution. Efficient governance leads to stronger trust, better outcomes, and more responsive systems. It helps citizens feel connected to the decisions that affect their lives, and it encourages a healthier relationship between governments and the public. A strong part of Denmark's message is the idea of responsibility. Denmark acknowledges that Europe is facing challenges that cannot be ignored. Instead of hoping for outside solutions, Denmark believes that every country must take responsibility for shaping the continent's future. This philosophy is what drives the boldness behind the recent move. It's a call for action, to stop delaying, stop debating endlessly, and start building solutions that work. The move also highlights Denmark's identity as a country that values stability, fairness, and innovation. Danes have long been known for their trust in institutions, high living standards, and strong social values. These principles shape the country's approach to policymaking. Denmark is not pushing this initiative to dominate Europe, but to strengthen it. The intention is to set an example and encourage positive change across the continent. As more details emerge about Denmark's strategy, other nations are taking note. Some are expressing support openly, while others are watching quietly from the sidelines. But even those who disagree understand that Denmark has changed the conversation. Europe can no longer rely on old methods and outdated structures. The world is moving forward, and Denmark is urging Europe to move with it. One long-term effect of Denmark's decision is that it introduces a new style of leadership in Europe. It is no longer just the big powers like Germany, France, or Italy that shape direction. Smaller countries with strong ideas and strategic vision can now influence the entire continent. This shift could democratize European decision-making and encourage fresh perspectives from all member states. Denmark's move also challenges Europe to redefine unity. Unity does not mean staying silent or avoiding conflict. It means working together even when ideas clash. It means allowing innovation, experimentation, and flexibility while maintaining shared goals. Denmark's actions reflect this new understanding of unity. Unity built on progress rather than stagnation. As Europe evaluates its future, Denmark's bold step serves as a reminder that leadership is not about size, wealth, or power. It's about courage, ideas, and a willingness to take risks for the greater good. Denmark has shown that even in a complicated political environment, it is possible to introduce meaningful change. Many analysts believe that the coming years will show whether Denmark's move becomes a turning point or a temporary headline. But regardless of what happens next, one thing is certain: Denmark has challenged Europe to think differently. It has forced the continent to confront difficult questions and consider new possibilities. The story is still unfolding, and its impact will continue to grow. As debates continue, as reforms evolve, and as other countries respond, Denmark's role in shaping the next chapter of European history will be remembered. This is not just another policy decision. It is a defining moment that marks the beginning of a new era. Thank you for watching and staying with the full explanation. If you enjoyed this in-depth look at Denmark's bold move and want more videos like this, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Your support helps us bring more global stories and detailed analyses straight to you. Stay tuned for more updates, and we'll see you in the next one.